So how do you take the story of hunting down and killing Osama bin Laden and make it into a bore of a movie? Well, you could make a documentary, or you could do what Hollywood did and make it a feature film called Zero Dark 30. Now don't get me wrong, this movie is technically well done. Technically well done. The acting is okay, I guess. Jessica Chastain gives a decent performance, though I've seen her do better. Of course, she gets a pass because she's hot and has red hair. Sorry, it's a weakness. Otherwise, the film looks good and is historically accurate-ish. Actually, it's hard to say the film always looks good because of the freaking shaky camera. So why do I say Zero Dark 30 is boring? Well, to start off, they went for the realistic approach. Normally, this isn't a bad thing because the writers and directors behind other realistic historical films take enough creative license to create tension and/or make them interesting. Now, admittedly, it's hard to make or even really maintain tension in a movie like this because it spans an entire decade. And almost every explosion is telegraphed if you've paid attention to 1/100th of current events over the past 10 years. And while the acting is fine, there is not a single interesting character. No, not even Jessica Chastain as Maya. It's all bland, boring, politics, moody, bland, telegraphed explosion. In fact, the only time anyone seems to show any real emotion, they are either being tortured or telegraphing their own demise. Then one character who only shows up for one scene is literally there to gush about Maya and to act as a source of exposition to get things moving along, because she found vital information that got buried due to human error, aka convenient plot point. Now we never actually see her finding this information, nor do we ever see her again, but that's just the exposition fairy at work, I guess. The last 3 films I've seen have all been over 2 hours in length. The Hobbit at 2 hours and 49 minutes, Django Unchained at 2 hours and 45 minutes, and Zero Dark 30 at 2 hours and 37 minutes. Both The Hobbit and Django Unchained I could have watched for another 1 or 2 hours and still love them. Zero Dark 30, on the other hand, I was ready to get up and leave because I checked my phone and saw that I still had an hour and a half of the movie left to watch. So what kept my butt in the seat? Knowing that the raid on Osama bin Laden's compound was coming. No matter how boring I found the rest of the movie. Surely the big attack we've been building up to this whole time would have the intensity and passion that the rest of this movie was lacking, right? Wrong. No tension, no passion. And instead of sounding like a group of trained soldiers on a serious mission, they sound like your average Joe in combat gear out for a stroll in a paintball field. Now this wouldn't really be a big deal except for the fact that they're supposed to be SEAL Team 6. I don't know, I'd expect that they'd be taking the mission seriously or something. Bottom line, this movie really disappointed me. The fact that it was nominated for 4 Golden Globes, one of which was won by Jessica Chastain for Best Actress, simply baffles me. And high rankings from critics and regular viewers alike simply blows my mind. Again, it's admittedly well made and apparently pleases a fair number of people, but I say save your money and watch Cartman kick bin Laden's on South Park. I give Zero Dark 30 2 out of 5. I'm Papa Ken, thank you for watching, and spoiler alert, be sure to wait until after the credits of the movie so you can see a sneak preview of the upcoming sequel, Zombie Bin Ladenapocalypse, directed by Michael Bay. Because, why the hell not? See you next review.